there we go. Should be streaming now. Okay, so before that, we're gonna start talking about all the factoring technique. We're gonna go over all today. So factoring technique. The first must go through GCF factoring. Regardless of which thing, always has something to GCF factoring. Okay, so GCF factoring is a first. The first thing you should look for is GCF factoring. See if you can have common factor. You can factor out as much as you can, and that's just the way it is. Got it? Now, you're going to get three possibilities after that. One is you're going to get a trinomial, which is that's this case. Second choice, you're going to have a binomial. Hopefully you know what I meant. And third choice, you're going to have a polynomial. And all three things factoring is slightly different than the other. So first thing, the most common is trinomial. Trinomial, we're going to go with something called a box method. And since nobody knew how to factor except 3 students, I want to show you my way of factoring. I used to teach this a long time ago. And when I taught, is always the first term times the last term and figure out, multiply, add it. I don't really like that and change to factor by grouping. There's a benefit of that because you don't need to learn how to do polynomial, because polynomial is going to be factored by grouping, which is there's some benefit to that. But I prefer this way, and I'm going to tell you there's a reason for that. Because since I taught this way, nobody ever failed my factoring test, ever. Even the student that doesn't know how to multiply. Believe it or not, it's crazy. Okay, so we got 18x squared minus 9x minus 2. So the best thing is write down the 18x squared. Now, you don't have to write down all the information. For me, I write down those 3 things. I just kind of see what happened. So it's a first, last, middle. So you realize that last 2 terms switch, right? You see this last term is actually toward the middle, and the middle term is actually toward the outside. So there's a switch positions here, right? So that's just understanding that the position switch. So I just first, last, middle. Otherwise, it's going to be FML. And you guys know what FML stands for. But so you do not want it to have FML. You want to have FLM. And the way I kind of think about it is like, I don't know, anybody's middle child? Anybody's middle child? Nobody's middle child in this classroom. There's no way. You are?
I'm not the middle child. I'm one below.
Yeah, you're about the same. Yeah, middle child usually it doesn't get anything. Like your older brother gets something all the time, new, right? And you don't get shit. And a younger brother, like, they get everything. I think nowadays a younger sister, right? You get everything?
He does.
He does? Oh, okay. Well, just between you two, right? You guys get everything. They're pretty nice. I met your dad like 3 times now. So they're pretty nice. You probably spoil like your brother. So there was 2 things multiply each other. So the way I kind of think about middle child is always left outside the house. Like they are not important. Sorry, Bennett. So I know you know how I feel because I was a middle child of 7 kids. So I'm the 4th kid. So I'm right in the center. They're the worst. I don't get shit. Everything I wear is always used clothes. Everything I drive is always used car. It just sucks. But anyway, good for you. All you guys are older child, younger child. Is all you guys are younger child or the older child? You are the only child? Okay. Then you get everything, pretty much. Okay. So you want to have 2 things multiply each other, and there was 2 possibility. Which 2 things multiply each other is going to give me 18x squared? 29. Okay, so but the thing is, you have a choice. You got 1 and 18, you got 2 and 9, and you got 3 and 6. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret about textbook. A textbook never assign, like, not never. It's like the newer age textbook is always go with this. So 80% of the time, it's going to go with the number that's closest to each other. If they have the same number, just go with it, both are the same. 80% of the time. They are 20% of the time. There's like maybe 15% of the time this, and there's 5% time of this. So probability wise, always try 3 and 6. So you're gonna try 3x and 6x here, and that's gonna give you. Sorry, I fell in the wrong spot. So, but that's okay. You can. So 18x squared is 2. This is negative 9x, right? So now you think about what times what equal to 2? 2 and 1 and 1 and 2, right? So there are two options. So sometimes you got to play with it. So for me, I don't even write stuff down. I kind of visualize it. Now for you, I'm going to show you to do it wrong first. So let's just say do 2 and 1 here. I'm going to multiply this, give me 6x and 6x, and that's not correct. But I can do that without writing down. I can just eyeball it. Says, oh yeah, that's 3 times 2 is 6. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 6. So this part is adding. So this part is adding. Okay, this part is adding. So 6x plus 6x does not give you negative 9x. So something wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the 1 and 2. So let's say 1, 2. And if I do that, what will happen? I'll get 3x and 12x. Now, 3x plus 12x, does that give me negative 9x? No. Does a 1 times 2 give me negative 2? Which one need to be negative? Yes. No, that's okay. That's okay. So then you pair diagonally. It's called box method. So it'll be 6x plus 1 times 3x minus 2. Now, it turns out this can be easily factored, and then you're pretty much done. Now, sometimes pay attention to this number. If this number is positive, then you might get 2 negative or 2 positive. So that's a composition. Now, why this way is better? Also, later on, you're going to learn how to factor e to the x. Like e to the 2x minus e to the x minus 2. And you probably never seen that. E to the 2x minus e to the x minus 2. Now, if you use this way, it's much more visual. Or even 2 sine square of x minus sine of x minus 1. You can factor this and very visually present it within the box. So, because we are not only going to deal with a x, we are also going to deal with e to the x. We are also going to deal with natural log of x. We also deal with sine of x. Now, this way, it's going to compensate for all those things. And it will take care of all those things at the same time. What's even cooler is this actually can take care of difference of a square, but I will show you in a second. But I'll give you a practice. Make sure you guys got it, understand it. So I'm going to randomly go to Google and I'm going to search for factoring worksheet. I'm going to find a question I like. For algebra 2. Okay, so I'm just going to search. So it's not a question on top of my head. I don't like this one. I'm gonna look at this. Okay, so this is some college stuff. I actually like this worksheet. Okay, so let's give you a try. So let's just say 6x squared minus x minus 15. So try to factor this now. And if it doesn't work, even 3 of you guys, if it doesn't work with your way, try my way. If it works, great. That means you are very powerful. 6x squared minus x minus 15. I want to factor this. Now, I will do is use the box method. It's a first, last, middle. Now, remember, when you're pairing at the end, it's diagonal. easier?
No, I remembered how to do it the way she taught me.
Okay. Austin is done. Do you learn? Do you remember the old way, or you learn a new way? Okay. It worked.
Yeah.
The answer. I didn't do it. You can check with Leah. Okay, so it's a send. It's a verified. All right. Liam, did it work? It worked? Okay. 6x squared minus 15 minus x minus x. But Kenna, you got it? No? Okay, let's try it this way, see if it works, right? So first, last, middle. So first, last, middle. I'm gonna do 3x and 2x. Just think about what that is. I'm gonna inside my head. I'm gonna see if it works. So inside my head, I'm thinking about 3 and 5. So I'm gonna think about is if I place 3 here and if I place 5 here, and visually I can see that that's 9x and 10x. Do you see that? And obviously one of them need to be negative because 3 times 5 does not give you negative 15. And so that means which one need to be negative? 5 need to be negative. Hopefully this is easier. And 2x plus 3. So pair diagonally.
Oh, okay.
Make sure to pair, because it's called box method, and just pair diagonal. Jay, you got it? Okay. Jesus, you got it before I show you? Okay, do you understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give you a try. Now, I'm going to put a combination on both. This combination is you have to look at GCF first. Okay? So always look at GCF and see what happened, because GCF, maybe there's some GCF between 3 terms, so I'm going to give you one that you have to factor out GCF. Let's see which one. Okay, let's do it this one. Try to think about which one I want to do. Okay, let's do this one. 6x to the third plus 10x squared plus 2x. Now, make sure you factor out GCF first, and then write down GCF outside, and then you can factor more. Make sure you factor out GCF. That means you combination of yesterday's step and today's step. Wait, hold on a second, This is wrong. This should be 4x. My bad. This should be 4x. Sorry. It should be 4x. It's a 6x cubed plus 10x squared plus 4x. I make a mistake. Otherwise, it's not possible. Sorry, the last term is 4x. Just make sure you change that. Andrew, you done? Right, Rylan? Is it, are you named Rylan? Is done? So let's take out a 2x. Did you take out 2x? So that's 3x squared plus 5x plus 2, right? So then 3x squared plus 2 plus 5x is 3x and x. And obviously you want a 2 and 1. No. You want to do it the other way. Sorry. 1 and 2. So that's going to be 3x and 2x. And that's going to give you 5x. So you have to be careful. It looks like the other one, but it's not. So this one is going to be 3x plus 2. And then x plus 1 and 2x. Now, put in mind, right? If you have 3x squared minus 5x plus 2, if you have this, it's really similar, but this one is 2, this one's negative 5x. Now, put in mind that this is, if this is a 1 and 2, right? This is 3x and 2x. Now, there's no way to get negative 5x, so that means what? It's possible. Of course it's possible. 1 and 2 both negative. So then you have a 3x minus 2 and then x minus 1. So that can be possible if it is 2. Like if this value is 2, that can be both negative or both positive. If it is negative, so one of them is going to be negative. Okay, either 2 or 1, right? So those are the things that you got to make adjustment when you take care of the test. Now, one nice thing is this. Do you guys know how to factor this? How many of you guys know how to factor 49x squared minus 25? Good. You should know it right away. If you don't know it, that means you don't know enough. Algebra 1? So, Omar, what can you tell me about 49x squared minus 25? And what will be the factor?
That would be 7x squared or 7x plus 5 squared.
Nope. McKenna Sack, I got it. What do you think? Good job. You're learning in your last year's class. What is that called again? Wow. Look at you. You have debut last year? Who do you have?
Shane. I learned a lot on my own.
Huh?
I learned a lot on my own.
Shen is that old Indian lady?
No, she's new. She came in like halfway through last year.
Oh, okay. You learn on your own. What do you mean you learn on your
And I
own?
took Khan Academy and stuff like that because it was not very good.
Okay. Respect. Okay, so this is called a difference of a square. A plus B times A minus B. One thing about this is a very important SAT stuff. You're gonna see on SAT a lot. It's A squared minus B squared equal to A plus B times A minus B. Have you seen this before? This should not be the first time you've seen this. You seen this before? Davis did teach you? Davy? Is that Davy? Miss Davy?
Davies.
Davis?
Davies.
Davies? Did she teach you?
Yeah.
You think so? You just don't remember.
I mean, I've definitely seen this.
Okay, so from now on, you have to forever register it because this is very important. So why do they call difference a square? So this is a perfect square. What that means is perfect square. Perfect square is 49, 25, 181, right? And this is also perfect square. Now only work if this is a minus sign, so it's called difference. So it's also known as difference of a square. So if I have a squared equal to 49x squared, a must be 7x. B squared equal to 25, b must be 5. So therefore, you just have to rearrange that. 7x plus 5, 7x minus 5. Now the actual real world mental math, like competition, not like mental, not like this is a very easy trick. It's not even a competition part. It's like student can figure out, like say, what is a 58 times 62? And you can actually use this formula and you can get a number really quick without using a pencil. Believe it or not. Imagine this. This is 60 minus 2, right? This is a 60 plus 2, right? So this means there's two things times each other, right? But we know this is a different square. That means 60 squared minus 4 squared. And that's 3600 minus 16. And that's 3584. And you actually can do it inside your head. So this is called difference square. Very useful. Okay. So let's factor this. Do you see difference of a square? Safa is already done. Do you guys see difference of square? Safa said, I did. How did she do it? Austin, do you see it? Ines, how to say your name? Ian or Ian? Ian, you are like happy you see it. Where do you see it at?
Well, first you take away 2x from both sides.
So that
gives you x squared, which is the perfect, and -9 is also perfect.
Yep. So that's gonna be a squared minus b squared. So it'll be x plus 3 and x minus 3. Do you guys see this? You gotta be able to do this. What time we get off on Wednesday? Huh?
8:04.
Okay, that's pretty much all the thing I can cover. So today's homework, you're gonna have worksheets of difference of square, factor by grouping. Look, I didn't teach factor by grouping, so I'm not gonna take it factor by grouping. Tomorrow I'll teach factor by grouping, and that should be it. That's a big water bottle.
It is.
You drink all that in one day?
Yeah, I normally do the small one, but I was pretty hydrated yesterday because I went on a run.
You roll, right?
I do row, but they make us run. It's 2.5 miles.
I have a question.
Liam, is Liam here?
Here it is. Can I get the WhatsApp code? It didn't scan for me yesterday.
Sure. Do you know Liam?
I don't, but if I see him in the hallway, I can just give it to
Do
him.
you know who that is?
What?
Do you know who is he?
I know who he is. Yeah, I just don't have any classes.
I'm serious. I got
Have a good day.
one.
Oh. You seems like you on top of thing. You study on your own.
Well, last year I had to, because I didn't have a teacher for the first quarter, and then the second quarter we got a new teacher, but she didn't teach us anything.
She didn't.
No, it was bad. So like I was like using like Davey's notes I would copy down from friends and stuff like that, because I wanted to be prepared for this class and like other classes. But it was
So I'm assuming you are a good student.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. What can I do for you? Hold on a second. I'm waiting for them to load.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't really understand the box method fully, and I just want to understand it because
You can watch a video again.
of the video.
Yeah, I did record it. Oh, I'm gonna stop the streaming. Oh yeah, I got it.